fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be handling the request of Darth Vapor and reviewing the 2015 film He Never Died, starring Henry Rollins, Kate Greenhouse, and Jordan Tedosy. But first, a word from our sponsors. An overview of the movie: Jack's life consists of going to a diner, sleeping, and playing bingo at the nearby church. However, his life is turned upside down when it is brought to his attention that he has a daughter. Not only that, but just days after meeting his 19-year-old child, she is kidnapped by a group of hired thugs. While trying to get his daughter back, it is revealed that Jack is immortal. He doesn't know just how old he really is, but he knows that he's in the Bible and that his real name is Cain. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, Henry Rollins was just amazing in this movie. He played Jack, or Cain as he was later revealed to be. You know, the Cain from the Bible who killed his brother Abel. He's cursed to be immortal and walk through the world, never settling in one place for all of eternity. Cursed to walk for all time. It's just fantastic. You know, he did an amazing job with this. You know, think about it. You have this guy who's immortal, and if you get old enough, you stop caring about the meaningless nonsense. Well, you live long enough, like this guy did, and everything becomes meaningless nonsense. It's just fantastic. He just went through life not giving a damn, just going through the motions, basically asleep through his entire life and through his entire existence. You know, completely awkward and just outside of the world, like he couldn't relate to anybody. And he played this perfectly, just stone-faced and uncomfortable, and he didn't really like being around people, but he had to be because, you know, life happens. Just his interactions, he felt awkward and out of place, but as soon as he was doing his evil demonic shit, it was just balls to the wall. He was enjoying it, he was loving it, and he was comfortable. But, you know, when he was trying to keep his mind straight and not do his evil demonic stuff and just live life, he seemed awkward and out of place, like he didn't want to be there, but he had to because life required it. Also, the story in this movie is just fantastic. It's very original. This idea that Cain from the Bible lived for all of eternity and is struggling to get by in modern day America, modern day whatever city that was. It's just fantastic. They did a wonderful job with it. A great, very original, ingenious story that's just beautiful to watch. It's a little slow at times, but it's still fun to watch. Also, there were so many subtleties to this movie. For example, you've got the character in the Bible, Cain was cursed to walk the earth for all of eternity, and you have Henry Rollins' character playing Cain, playing Jack, who is actually Cain, and people are like, wow, you walk all this distance? And he's like, I like to walk, I enjoy walking. You know, because he's cursed to walk the world, cursed to walk the earth for all eternity. And, you know, just these little things like that, how he's got scars on his back. And, you know, Cain was supposed to be the child between Eve and this angel. So it makes sense that originally Cain would have had wings, but he got them lopped off. And he's got scars where the wings used to be. You know, it's just fantastic. Little subtle things like that just make this movie, if you don't pay attention to them, you're going to be like, what the hell is this nonsense? But if you know the history, if you know the story, these little subtle clues are fantastic. The cons of this movie? Well, it's a little slow at times. You know, this isn't one of those movies where you just shut your brain off and be entertained. This is a movie you have to think about. You have to engage your mind. I mean, it's not like really deep and heartfelt and all that stuff, but you can't shut your brain off completely. On some level, you have to think about this movie. You have to engage your brain in this movie. And part of that kind of slows the story down, kind of slows the action down. And there's some parts that, you know, get the little subtleties across, but also slow down the movie. So at times it's like, why is this in here? I mean, if you don't catch the little subtleties, the little Easter eggs that are in it, you're going to be like, this is just slowing down the movie for no reason. So yeah, that does slow the movie down a good bit. Also, there's not a lot of steady action in the movie. And I mean, yes, there are people getting shot in the head and people getting eaten and, torture and things like that. But I mean, it's just little quick snippets of action, like maybe 30 seconds of action followed by talking. Not a lot of steady action in the movie. It's not a lot of the action that's there is great, but it's quick and then it's over with. It's not consistent action. It's like shoot you in the head and then, walk away, and that's going to be it for the rest of the action scene. Like, that's the entire action scene. It's just someone walking up and shooting somebody in the head. That's the whole action scene. There's not a lot to it. Also, everyone except for Jack in this movie, all the characters, were pretty one-dimensional. Bad guy's bad. Daughter's kind of naive and daughtery, although she really was nothing more than a plot device now that I think about it. And then you have she's sort of a love interest, but she's not really a love interest. She's kind of fleshed out, but not really. She's not that deep of a character. She's a waitress who wanted to run a coffee shop, and that's about it. That's the entirety of her character. She's kind of the closest thing Jack has to a friend, but she's not really a friend. You can tell she's kind of romantically interested in him, but he ain't having none of it. There's not really a lot of character development in this movie aside from the character of Jack. Everyone else is just pretty one-dimensional. My overall thoughts on the movie? I really enjoyed this movie, but I have to admit, if it wasn't for Henry Rollins, it would have been mediocre at best. I love the idea behind it, and it was very well written. While it's not for everyone, this is a fantastic movie. And that leads me to my next problem. I wouldn't call this an action movie. It's more of a dark comedy. Since this channel is dedicated to reviewing action movies, I have to rate this as an action movie and give it 1 thumb down. It's a fantastic dark comedy, but if you go in expecting an action movie, you will be disappointed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to our channel for new action movie reviews posted every week and top 10 lists posted on the 10th of every month. Also, if you have any recommendations for things you would like me to cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below and follow us on the Twitter sphere at explosions_TV. Thank you and have a nice day.